You've been lied to about the afterlife. Forget the pearly gates or the cartoonish pits of fire you see in movies. What if I told you the road to the other side isn't a stairway, but a 1990-something sedan with no air conditioning and the two biggest egos in existence fighting over the aux cord? Most people believe in a quick judgment, but research suggests that the human transition might be a lot more like a grueling, 6-week road trip through the absolute middle of nowhere. It challenges every Sunday school story you've ever heard. Imagine the humidity of a Florida afternoon trapped in a car with no snacks, no gas stations, and a driver who doesn't even have a beard. This is the reality of purgatory that no one prepared you for, and it is a lot more psychological than physical. The problem is we think we have control. We live our lives thinking we are the protagonists of a grand epic, but Donovan Meeks found out the hard way that once the engine of life stalls, you're just a passenger. In this version of the afterlife, you don't get a trial, you get a car ride through endless dirt fields. The heat index feels like it's pushing 110 degrees Fahrenheit, and the silence is so heavy it feels like a physical weight on your chest. You're sitting in the back of a car without door handles, watching the literal creator of the universe, who, by the way, is completely bald, argue with a guy named Lucy who's got his feet up on the dashboard. It's the ultimate Midwest road trip from hell, where the destination is unknown and the conversation is lethal. So, how does this road actually function? Based on accounts like Donovan's, it's not about distance, it's about a cosmic debate. For weeks, you might sit in painful, unbroken silence while the temperature in the car fluctuates based on the mood of the deities in the front seat. Some people notice that Satan doesn't look like a monster, he looks like a regular guy who's just annoyed to be there. They aren't discussing your virtues, they're playing a game. The car moves through a landscape that changes based on your soul's revelation. For Donovan, it started with a single olive tree, a symbol of peace. But as his memories returned, like a shroud of shotgun pellets hitting his soul, the landscape shifted. The purgatory isn't a place, it's a process of remembering the darkness you've hidden from yourself. We are talking about the murders, the paternity tests, the drinking, and the choices that lead to a hospital bed. This journey suggests that the divine and the fallen aren't just fighting over your soul, they're waiting for you to admit what you really are. Whether it's reincarnation or the void, the decision only happens once the game is over. Understanding this transition may help people appreciate the weight of their current actions. There is no quick fix for a life lived in the shadows, but the silver lining is the concept of acceptance. Even in the presence of the devil, God might see the good man hidden beneath the mistakes. The solution isn't to be perfect, because as the bald man behind the wheel says, everyone is both good and evil. The goal is to live a life that is righteous despite being imperfect. You don't need to be Saint John, but you do need to be someone who tries to be better tomorrow than they were yesterday. This mindset doesn't guarantee a seat in heaven, but it might make the car ride a little less uncomfortable when your time finally comes to sit in that back seat. If this version of the afterlife sounds more like a nightmare than a dream, you're not alone. Hit the subscribe button and drop a comment below. If you were stuck in that car for 6 weeks, what would you ask the guy behind the wheel? Don't wait until the road ends to start asking the big questions. Stay curious, stay righteous, and we'll see you in the next one.